Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are going to look at the next endgame study, that is our sixth position of endgame study. Here I try to take positions which are very much related to our normal endgame cases. So today we are going to look at a position which is white to play and win. So white has an extra rook. So rook versus two pawns. At first it looks like white can easily give up the rook for his pawn and the king will approach the pawn and collect the pawns and reach a winning endgame. But after the move rc2, kb3, rook into a2, king takes a2. Now the race begins towards the black pawns and the black king would like to come to the squares g8 or g7, which happens to be the key square for the rook pawn. So after ke3, kb3, kf4, kc4, kg5, kd5, kg6, king e6, king takes h5, black goes kf7, and after kf7 we note that whatever white does, the black king will get to occupy the g8 square. Once the king reaches the g8 square, we know that occupation of any of these four squares leads to a drawn position in case of the rook pawn. There is a second way to try a similar approach. White can play the move rook g1. Now it looks like the black king will be stuck in the corner. So after the move a1 queen, rook takes a1, king takes a1, similar race begins with the black king on the a1 square. So now after ke3, kb2, king f4, king c3, kg5, king d4, king takes g6, ke5, kh5. Again we note that there are two ways for black to hold the game. Simplest, king f6, trying to take the king to the g7 square. After kh6, king f7, again the king is trying to go to the g8 square, kh7, and here king f8 and king f6 both can draw. Safer is king f8. After h5, kf7, h6, and now the only move king f8. If king f6, then kg8 and the white pawn wins. So after king f8, either the white king has to move and allow king g8, or after the move king h8, king f7, we see that h7 will lead to stalemate after the move king f8, and white is unable to convert the position. The only way for white to convert this position is to create a semi-stalemate position or put black in a zugzwang after the move rook a1. Firstly, black's moves are reduced. Either black has to take king into a1 or he has to play the move g5. After g5, white can either take h into g5 simply, or he can go for the race of pawn after rook a2, king a2, hg5, h4, g6, h3, g7, h2, and g8 comes with a check and white wins the game. So rook a2, king a2, hg5, h4, g6, h3, g7, h2, g8, queen would be checked, and after the king moves, queen can come behind the pawn and collect the pawn. So white wins. If black plays kb3, then white can just play kc1 and put black in a zugzwang. So the first move is king a1. After which white uses the semi-stalemate concept, kc2, not allowing the king and the pawn to move. So the only move which remains is the move g5. And after g5, the race of pawn leads to a forced win for white. H into g5, h4, g6, h3, g7, h2, g8 equal to queen, h1 equal to queen, and here white has the only move, only check, qg7 at his disposal, and which leads to mate. So I hope you found this example instructive. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for your time.